Hello, welcome back to my channel. Tight cycling here. Tight as in this is gonna hurt tremendously. We are planning on not gonna get hurt today though. We are on Tour de Zwift Stage 8, the last stage of this tour in Scotland. And we took this short one because I want to use this as a recon for anyone who will have a race on this course, and you can maybe find the spots best for attacking, for relaxing, for whatever you want to look for. And so that's why I just take the short one. Also, I do already have 75k in my legs, and at my age it's better to just take it slow. So we will easily take on this course here. I will probably do like 130 watts, something like this, just to get going and get around the course. Hopefully we'll also get the what's it called, the route badge at the end of it. And that's pretty much what we're looking forward to do here. So let me just put on the heart thingy on the bottom. No, it doesn't show. Okay. But yeah, so we are out on the course. So we are getting here out of the racing pants and getting, probably going to turn towards the left. So let's see what we can do with this course, how nicely it is built. This is the first time I'm riding it. You see some nice animals here on the left. Very, very beautifully made. Really love what Zwift is doing with all their worlds. If I'm not mistaken, I would think that those bolts here on the left, they were Angus. It's an area in the actually northeast, I think northeast of Scotland, where the Angus beef comes from. Sorry to all the vegetarians out there. I hope I don't offend you with this, but we do see here on the left some ruins, something very, very typical of Scotland. And if you wonder how I know, it's because I have lived in Scotland for a couple of years. I still have an apartment there, up in the north. Not here, this is supposed to be around, in and around Glasgow. And I used to work at the University of St Andrews in Scotland. And my apartment is actually in a small town called Dundee. Very beautifully situated. Close to the River Tay. Has a huge bridge over it. And in and around this area, there's just so many things that you can marvel at, from old castles, still keeping in very, very good shape, to these little walls that hopefully we'll see here later, like man-made stone walls where inside then the sheep are grazing. So just very, very beautiful countryside they have up there. It does rain a lot though, not so much on the east, or not as much as in Glasgow and around Glasgow, which is on the west of Scotland, but it does do rain a lot. The good thing about that is that everything is unbelievably green. I don't think I've ever seen grass greener than I've seen it in Scotland. And having said that, there are those 1 or 2 days a year where everything falls into place. I do remember that when I was working at the university, the lab was actually situated such that you overlooked the old golf course. Then in the far distance, you could see actually the beach of St. Andrews, and yeah, the clear blue turquoise water. And if you were lucky and you had a sunny day, which again doesn't happen very often, but if you did have that, the blue of the sky, then the turquoise greenish blue of the water, the very nice yellow of the beach, and then the saturated green from the golf course, it doesn't get better than this. So this was really, really unbelievably beautiful, and yeah, I do miss it. I hope there will be a time when I can go back to Scotland just to visit, because there's so many things to look at and to marvel at, and so many sites up in the Highlands. Of course, if you do like Scotch, then this is the place to be. Most of the distilleries, they offer, for you to try, to get tours of the distillery. I did that actually many years back. I went to Talisker and to, what was the other one? It was a shorter name. It escaped me. Maybe Glenfiddich. I went to a couple of distilleries, and all of them, they were just very beautifully made, and they gave like very, very nice tours. And of course, you can have a tasting if you so wish. People are extremely friendly. Working there was really, really nice. Living there was very nice. Everything was very convenient. So yeah, just a beautiful place to be. So if you haven't been, I highly recommend you check that out and see if you like it. And if you have been, feel free to drop a comment below and let me know, what do you think about Scotland? Anyway, so far, yeah, not as hilly as I expected it to be. We've done only 9 meters. And I think the total for this one lap is about 100 meters. So not too much, but definitely there will be some areas, or we'll probably do some races where there will be a significant amount of climbing. But so far so good. Let's see what we have here as power. Yeah, we are just mopping around at essentially 100 watts. That is 1.2 watts per kilo, or thereabouts. Maybe 1.3. But yeah, as I said, I have already had 2 rides today, a warm-up, and then I tried to do a century today, a metric century. And yeah, my legs are still, or my endurance is still not quite there yet, where it used to be. For those who don't know, I've had some health setbacks, and yeah, so we are still trying to catch up with our former self, with our former fitness level, and then things are going to be better again. But anyways, it doesn't stop us from enjoying rides like this. You can always use it as a recon. So if you just want to have someone taking you around the loop here, just so you can see where the nice areas are to maybe attack, or if there are some long downhill sections, maybe find an area where you can rest your legs a little. Anyways, so this seems like the people who just came across, yeah, they certainly take this as a race, which I'm not going to do today. But yeah, so far it's very beautiful. So we are going here around the corner. There seems to be a loop. Also, it seems to be like, yeah, a small little climb ahead of us called Breakaway Bray. 2% for 600 vertical meters. For 600 meters. So let's see how that is gonna pan out. Yeah, I really do love the mountains in the background, the ruins and aqueducts, and yeah, and to be honest, the houses are very nicely modeled. This is how I would expect the houses to look like in Scotland, and to be honest, in all over the UK. But yeah, very well done, Zwift. As always, very, very well done. Okay, you have some people cheering here on the side. Some people are actually wearing a t-shirt with the Scottish flag, which is a really, really nice touch. The Scottish flag is the blue with the white crossbars. Not crossbars, but like it's not a cross, so it doesn't go vertical. It goes actually diagonally from bottom left to top right and top left to the bottom right. I'll try to point it out if I see someone wearing it. Yeah, the person here jumping is actually working, having this t-shirt on. So if you just look to the side, left and right, you'll see a lot of people wearing like a light blue shirt with some white on the front. Oh, okay, so I completely missed that we went through the KOM arch, which would have been nice. I could have just used my power app, and would have picked up another one. But yeah, too late for that. So now we are descending down here. Seems to be going again back to the normal loop. So 1% at the moment. To be honest, the climb was also not very impressive. It had only 2% on average for 600 meters. That's very short and nothing really big. So let me see. Maybe I can sit on his wheels for a little while. It's not so much that I need, because again, we are doing like on average 110 watts at the moment, which is not anywhere near what you would need to do in a race, or if you wanted to be up front, stay up front, and I don't know what the third one is of Eric Lee. He always says, be up front, stay up front. I don't know. And then I think there's a third one. Be up front, stay up front, don't do any work. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I do enjoy his content on YouTube as well. All right, so here it seems to be like a coastal area going very, very close to the water. That is here on the right hand side. Like a little false kicker here at 1%. Now back to 0. So there seems to be like some rolling terrain, which is actually quite nice, but makes it also a little bit tougher if it is not like a dedicated climb, or not only a dedicated climb where you get your where you get your meters in, your vertical meters, that is. But if it's like a rolling terrain where you essentially, yeah, have a lot of ups and downs. All right. So the guy in front of us uses the feather at like a 2% incline, which is probably a smart thing to do. Oh, I think now we're actually heading towards some wiggly bits, which I assume is going to be the climbing. Anyway, so I'll just use my power up here because I do think that it's going to go up in a second, and then the power, the aero boost is, yeah, almost useless. Oh, here, beautiful bridge. Yeah, that looks actually very similar to a couple of bridges that I remember from Scotland. One actually connects Edinburgh with the Kingdom of Five. I think it's called Fourth Road Bridge. And one is actually a train bridge that I remember from Dundee, going over the River Tay. Yeah. All right, so we already have more than half of the total distance done. Yeah, really easy ride out. So there are some wiggly bits. So let's see if you go straight or if you turn to the right. It seems as if you're going straight. Maybe we'll do this climb that seems to be here on the right. Maybe we do that last. Coming from the other side. Yeah, those cobblestones are a very nice touch. And yeah, I don't know, if you haven't been in Scotland, then it's probably hard for you to appreciate of how well this is actually made and how well it is designed with actually keeping real Scotland in mind. Yeah, I can definitely see the resemblance, and if you had just dropped me on this course here and asked me where I am, I think the UK would have been my first guess. And if then somebody asked for being a little bit more specific, I would have gone with Scotland. Yeah, simply because there's so many like small things that, yeah, are very Scotland-like. So, haven't seen any sheep yet, and I don't think that I've seen Nessie, but yeah, hopefully the more you go around here and use this route, the more you'll have a chance to see some of the hidden gems and the Easter eggs hidden in this world. So, okay, 140 watts. That's probably a little bit more than I wanted to do. But we started off very easily, so we are still at 1.5 watts per kilo, which is absolutely spot on what I wanted it to be. So you really have a chance to view the beauty of this world, of this route, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to all the racing that's going to be done in the next couple of weeks with the eSport World Championships later this month, I think. So can't wait to actually go and watch the live stream or later on YouTube. It's going to be absolutely massive and yeah, very, very exciting to follow. Yeah, so with this, once we complete this ride, I have done stages 2, 5, 7, and 8, which leaves 1, 3, 4, and 6. But next week is a makeup week where apparently they start having group rides every half an hour for the different rides or stages that people missed. And yeah, I will definitely try to get all of the stages done, just so to unlock the badge. And I think there's also a kit associated with that. So I'm not sure if it's the kit that I'm wearing right now. If so, that's fine. It's maybe not something I would wear in real life. A little too colorful for my taste, but in game, sure, why not? So you can see I mainly wear, simple black bib shorts and black jersey, or at least, single color. There, every now and then, I feel like a little adventurous, so I put a little bit of like a colorful jersey on, but in majority of the time I actually try to wear like unicolors. Anyways, so I think this might be where we're actually going to turn right, or are we still going to go straight? Let's see. Yeah, see, so far it doesn't feel like we have done any climbing, simply because there's no big mountain, but we have done already like 72 meters. So I think there's only 30 or so left. Yeah, so we'll see where those are hiding, but it seems like there's a roundabout straight ahead that will also go straight through. On the other side, there should be what is that? Yeah, it seems to be the finishing banner, where we probably pick up a new power-up. So let's see what that one is. Maybe it's something useful, like a feather, if there's some more climbing. Or maybe a draft boost, which also would be very welcome. So let's see. All right, so 3 quarters down or done, 1 quarter to go, only 3.5K left. So what did we get? The Aero helmet. Okay, that's a pretty good one. Doesn't help us much in the mountains, but on the flats it's definitely of great help. Yeah, so this is beautiful. Going over a bridge with those bridge towers at the entrance and exit of the bridge. Yeah, just so well made. Really makes you think like you're in Game of Thrones. It's another big castle on the bottom there, on the left. Also very well designed and very true to the original castles, because you see there were not a lot of windows on, or the windows were relatively small. And yeah, that is really one of the trademarks that I found in most castles that I visited, that they are relatively dark, just because they didn't use like a lot of windows. And I'm not sure if this is because of, you know, when the castles were built, maybe they needed to make sure that it's very hard to, you know, oh, it's very easy to defend them, very hard for others to attack. And, you know, open structures with like lots of open space and open windows would have probably been bad. But I'm not sure if this is the reason. So if you do know a little bit more as to why the castles look like they're designed here, please do let me know. Yeah, those rough cliffs on the left, going right up to the castle or to the walls of this building. Also something very very Scotland-like. All right, so this seems to be the climb in this little 360 degree roundabout, in this little loop here. So I didn't quite pay attention for how many vertical meters that was, but yeah, it's definitely a little kicker that would allow for attacks to happen. Okay, it still continues. So we had, I think I saw like 9% at some point. And yeah, now it seems to be flat again and most likely going downhill. And that's only 1.5K to go. So I would assume there's not a lot more climbing happening. Maybe just some rolling terrain. Yeah. Yeah, the other thing, those rolling hills or those mountains in the background with lots of greenery on them. Something that I would also associate with Scotland. There's not a lot of mountains that are high enough for, you know, to have snow on, like all around the year. But since it's very wet, they would definitely be quite green. And yeah, again, that is just something that looks very much like what I would expect, or what I know Scotland to be looking like. All right. Yeah, just a K to go. So we'll of course wait to get through the banner just to see if we unlock the route badge, and I will then finish the kilometer as well, just to make sure that you know, maybe getting another 20 points, 20 XP points. Yeah, those buildings here on the left, those houses with these yeah, protruding bay windows, very much something you see in England and Scotland. Yeah. All right. So they seem to be trying to, you know, get through the banner in front of me, which is absolutely fine. I have no interest. Oh, here's a Scottish guy. Okay, Phil definitely going to give him a ride on. So yeah, beautifully made Zwift, really well done. We'll use the power up now because we can't take it with us. Yeah, I'm really excited about upcoming races on this circuit here, on this course. And yeah, for now I can't really wait to see the Eastboard World Championships. So that I'm really excited about. All right, so we did 120 watts on average, which is about 1.5 watts per kilo. Here we go. So we finished. We did get the route complete badge. And yeah, so it only took us 29 minutes, which is what we expected from such a short course. And yeah, just really happy to have done this as slowly as I did, simply because it's so much easier to take in all the beauty of this route. And again, if you ever feel like you want to do a recon on this course, yeah, you can certainly use this video as a helper. So it does seem as if there are some false flats showing 1, 2, maybe 3% throughout the whole course, but the majority of climbing is done at this little 360-degree pretzel loopy thing. Yeah, but anyways, just really beautiful. I'm really happy about this extension. I hope that it will be available quite often. Once it is available to the wider public, I think it's going to be the end of March. And then it probably goes into the rotation schedule as all the other worlds and all the other routes. But anyway, so if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, subscribe, leave a comment if you have any. And yeah, so Tight Cycling rates this course as this ride as a probably 2 out of 10, simply because we haven't done anything that could actually raise our heart rate. So we took it very, very easy on this course. And yeah, so the course itself is probably most likely going to be for events, for races. I'm not sure if this is well suited for, you know, like long rides like a Century. But for races, there are certainly like small little kickers that could serve as a jumping off point for attacks. There's one climb in here that goes up to, I think, 9%, which also lends itself to be like a good spot for attacks. But if you want to do just, you know, a recovery ride, I highly recommend this one as well. You just put on erg mode, or, you know, you go like what we did at 120 watts or something, 1.5 or less watts per kilo, and, you know, shake your legs a little and enjoy the scenery. Yeah. Okay, now there's some fog coming in, which is also very Scotland-like. So yeah, very well done. Okay, so I'll just stop here at 16K, but I want to thank you again for joining and yeah, being along with me on this ride. I hope you try it out. Give me a comment. Tell me how you like this ride. And yeah, for now, remember, ride hard, have fun, tight. So tight cycling out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.